Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video finds you well, in good health and in good position. Before we continue, please listen in to what Rigathi Gachagua had to say today in his speech.
Huyu William Ruto akiendelea kuhangaisha sisi na vita, akiendelea kulete fujo na kuua watu, sisi hatutapigana yeye na fujo. Mimi nitatoa agizo katika Jamhuri ya Kenya, Wakenya wasimamishe kulipa kodi mpaka William Ruto akuwe na adabu. Si tukisema hatutalipa kodi itakuwa namna hiyo? Yes. I am telling William Ruto, stop violence, stop persecuting people. And since we cannot match you in violence, we are not violent people. We are very peaceful people. If you continue with what you are doing, goonism, destruction of property, kuua watu, mimi Rigathi Gachagua nitauliza Wakenya wote, we suspend the payment of taxes until you come to your senses. And it will happen.
So, from Rigathi Gachagua, he has stated categorically that if the regime of President William Ruto will not stop the issue of 1. Goonism, 2. Killing innocent Kenyans, 3. Destruction of properties, and 4. Causing pain and injuries to Kenyans, he personally will call on all Kenyans of all sorts of work to boycott tax payment in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, before we continue, please just give this video a thumbs up or a like. So, back to the story. The question is, can Rigathi Gachagua call for tax boycott in the Republic of Kenya? Because I think at one time, the only person who came out to issue such threats was the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, the late. May his soul rest in peace. But we as Kenyans, there are a lot of things that are happening in this country, and people are observing, and people are keenly watching closely of every turn of events. So, Rigathi Gachagua's statement is very serious, and we all know that the government depends on the payment of taxes in order to run its activities. So, if Gachagua can go ahead and call on Kenyans to boycott tax payment, is it possible? And if it is possible for him to do so, then what are the repercussions or what are the consequences? But before we go into that, the question is the issue of goonism in this country. Who is running this kind of cartel that in each and every function, in each and every gathering, there must be presence of goons? The question that Kenyans are asking, who is financing, who is funding, who is facilitating, and who is the mobilizer, who is the chief mobilizer of these goons? And is the government aware about this culture of goonism? Because to speak the truth, goons are in the Republic of Kenya, and they have always been seen in different kinds of events, even including in churches. Just the recent occurrence at All Saints Cathedral speaks it all. And will President William Ruto manage to tame the issue of goonism in this country? And it seems like the goons, they have a lot of networks, and they enjoy protection, and they have been covered up because nobody can always come out as a goon and you go berserk even into the public in front of cameras, and you carry out barbaric acts without being assured of your protection and the concealment of the identities. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Rigathi Gachagua has stated, will William Ruto manage to tame goons in this country? And if he will manage, who is the owner of the goons? And will he or she be ready to come and pick and call back his goons? Because this is something that it is likely being run by professionals, by specialists, by those who are connected into strongest network. The other day, the president called on the National Police Service through the CS of Interior, that is Kipchumba Murkomen. And president said decisively that goons must be dealt with, they must be arrested, and this culture must stop. And it is still evident that this act is still in place and it is still in force and it is still continuing. We even witnessed it in the just recent protests. So the question is, if we can have goons terrorizing Kenyans left, right, and center, then are we safe as the citizen of this country? And what are we staring at? Remember, we are approaching the general election come 2027, and whenever we have this kind of characters, the people who always suffer most are the women, the people with disability, the children, and even the elderly. So, my question is, will the government manage to tame this issue of goonism? And what is wrong with the current administration? Because CS Kipchumba Murkomen always talks toughly about lack of rule of law, abiding by the law, the laws of this land, and the constitution. But we still have these people known as goons terrorizing and masquerading all over in the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your take about this matter that has forced the DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua to threaten President William Ruto and his government that he will call for a boycott in as much as payment of taxes is concerned in this country? Do you support Rigathi Gachagua's statement, or are you opposing his statement? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and for watching this video. Please go ahead and subscribe if you have not, and share this video at the same time. Don't go without giving it a thumbs up or like the video.